Learning English as a second language is essential for success in the modern world. However, learning it as a foreign language speaker is not as easy as it seems at first glance. As a software consultant working in the United States, one of my first challenges was to improve my pronunciation, but the number of exceptions and differences proved to be very challenging. During one of my assignments in Philadelphia, I asked for the reading railroad. You probably remember this from the Monopoly game. So I asked this person for the reading railroad, and he looked at me with a little bit of sadness, maybe, and he said, "It's not reading, it's reading." And I said, "But why? Why all of a sudden Reading would be pronounced as reading?" He told me, "I don't know, but that's the way it is." Now, this was a little bit of a shock for me. I always thought that the English language had specific rules for its writing, being used by two of the most advanced countries in the world, and I simply didn't know them. My teachers would always tell me, just repeat after me when I ask any questions about English spelling. Well, this experience finally got me to the realization that in the English world, the inconsistencies between spelling and pronunciation are taken as normal. For example, the word colonel is pronounced coronel, but it's written with an L. And this seems to be okay for everybody in the English world. In other cultures, there would have been a process of standardization where everybody would agree that since it's being pronounced with an R, we could write it R, but not in English. Now, for an English speaker, this may be normal, but for many foreign language speakers who may be used to consistent rules in their own languages, this is actually a source of wonder. Why? So I asked Merriam-Webster Dictionary, what was the logic being used in English to determine the writing and pronunciation of words? And they basically said there is no study on the relationship between the writing and pronunciation of English words. Now, this seemed pretty strange to me, and I did a lot of research in this area. And finally, wrote the book Enigmas of the English Alphabet, which explores how English evolved into a regular language, which means there are no consistent rules for its spelling and pronunciation. As a matter of fact, English is the only major European language that needs to show in its dictionaries both the word and how it is pronounced via a pronunciation guide. Most other European languages have standardized their spelling, so there is no need to put a pronunciation guide for each word in the dictionary. They can show the pronunciation of the word without ambiguity. And even that pronunciation guide in English dictionaries is not standard, and it can vary from one dictionary to another dictionary. Enigmas of the English Alphabet provides a view from the perspective of a foreign language speaker of English pronunciation and spelling and how it affects people who learn it, especially as a second language, and can help a student to better understand the peculiarities of English. I have created this YouTube channel based on my book to share some of these facts and to become a place where ESOL students can share their experiences and sometimes their frustrations related to using English as a second language. I invite you to subscribe and follow me to explore the enigmas of English.